Good afternoon, Monarchs. As we enter our third week of classes or remote instruction, I have a few updates to share with you. Spring classes will be online or offered through remote delivery for the rest of the semester. Summer classes also will be offered online. If we're able to add additional in-person classes for summer, we'll add them at a later date when the safer at home orders have changed. Pass, no pass petitions are now available. I'll ask Tanya in my office to place a link in the group chat so that you all can have access to the petitions. When you complete the petitions, email them to petitions@lavc.edu. This option could impact students transferring to four-year institutions. For this reason, if you are considering changing your grade to pass, no pass, I would encourage you to contact a counselor and review your plans to make sure that you won't be negatively impacted. I also have an update on Chromebook distribution. The district has been able to radically accelerate the Chromebook distribution, the number of Chromebooks that they can send out. For students who have applied for a Chromebook through the Student Information System portal, you should be receiving an email to your LACCD email address within the next couple of days asking you where you would like your Chromebooks to be mailed to. And then the Chromebooks will be mailed shortly after that. So we'll be able to get the Chromebooks out within just a few days rather than the delay of 2 to 3 weeks that was anticipated just a week ago. I also have an update on FAFSAs. If it's not too late to submit a FAFSA, even for the spring semester, if there's been a change in your financial situation, many folks across the United States and in California and here in Los Angeles have had an impact losing their jobs or have had family members lose their job. If you have been negatively affected financially by the coronavirus, please do consider filling out a FAFSA, and we'll see if we can get you some additional help. Plans for virtual recognition of graduates are also being developed. We have heard from some students that they're interested in an in-person graduation when it's permitted in the future, possibly next year. A team of people will continue to develop plans for recognizing graduates, and more information will be sent out in the upcoming weeks. Now let me see if we have some questions in the group chat that I can respond to. One question is, when is the EW deadline for late start classes? The EW deadline is the same as the W deadline. For most classes, that's in early May. And if the class is a late start classes, it's a little bit after that. Go to the Student Information System portal, though, and select W if you do need to withdraw, and all Ws will be converted to EWs. What is the emergency aid application for? The emergency aid application is for any needs that students might have. And let me, when will the priority registration for registration be for FYE and EOPS? I'll ask our Vice President of Student Services to type into the group chat more information about deadlines for the first year experience program, LA Promise, and similar programs. Let me also see if Tanya has some additional questions.
Will the counseling office be open during the summer?
Yes, counselors will continue to offer services, though the services will likely be only through remote delivery. You can find out more information on the LAVC homepage and through the Student Information System portal about how to contact a counselor. And counselors are available through a variety of modalities, including group chats, email, and by phone call.
Is the Student Health Center open, and how can we access it?
The student information, the Student Health Center is available for remote services. There are no in-person services for our health center, but you can call their phone number, and they'll be able to provide some services to you. The information on how to contact the health center is on the LA Valley College website.
How can we have our transcripts evaluated specifically for the nursing program?
The nursing program will continue to evaluate applications. There have, at this time, been no changes with the application process. And if there are any changes, we'll post it on our website.
When will we get our computers if we have applied for them?
If you've applied for a Chromebook, we will be sending you an email to your LACCD email address within the next couple of days. The email will ask you where you'd like your Chromebook to be shipped to, and then the Chromebooks will be mailed shortly after that. So hopefully you'll, depending on how long it takes to receive the Chromebook via UPS, it will hopefully only be a few days.
When will priority registration be for first year experience, COPNS, et cetera?
Priority registration for students will be posted on our website.
Will the fall semester be online too?
The fall semester, we are hoping to resume with some in-person classes. At this point, of course, it's too early to tell what the orders will be. There could be some transition period from fully remote services to having some in-person classes to ultimately be returning to a normal schedule. But no decisions have been made related to fall quite yet.
How can we get a response from departments if we've not heard from them in a long time?
If you haven't heard from a department in more than a couple of days, email them again or send them another message to make sure that it went through okay. I know that by last Wednesday, everyone who had submitted a request for information to the counseling department and other departments had at least received a notification that their inquiry had been received. So if you haven't heard anything back from a department in a few days, there might have been something that happened with the communication. So do send it again, and they'll get back to you within a couple of days, at least acknowledging your inquiry.
Can students pick up Chromebooks if they do not have an address to mail to?
If you do not have an address to mail to, we're not providing for in-person pickup, but indicate that in the email, and arrangements will be made to get the Chromebook to you at some address.
Will this Child Development Center be open anytime soon?
The Child Development Center will not be open through the rest of the spring semester, and currently no decisions have been made about the Child Development Center for this summer.
Where can we email you?
You can email me personally at gribbobc@lavc.edu, and I'll ask somebody to go ahead and post that in the group chat as well.
Where can I find the emergency aid application?
The emergency aid application offered through LA Valley College Foundation, that deadline has already passed. That was last week. Right now they're reviewing the more than 1,900 applications for emergency aid. But there are other opportunities to request for support as well. Go to the Student Information System portal, and under financial aid, there'll be other applications that you might be available for. That's where you can apply for a Chromebook, and there's also some support for gift cards to some grocery stores.
How will transcripts be sent to other colleges?
Transcripts will be sent to other colleges through the Admissions and Records Office through the normal processes.
How do we get textbooks for online classes?
For all of your classes, late start classes in summer, you can order textbooks online through the LA Valley College bookstore, and the books will be shipped to you.
Do we have to apply for the nursing program in person or online?
Can you repeat that question?
Do we have to apply for the nursing program in person or online?
All services are remote delivery at this point, so everything can be done online or by mail.
What is your dream for the future of LAVC?
That is an absolute terrific question. I look forward to being able to return to in-person services. I think that the transition to remote delivery has really been exceptional. I know that faculty and staff have been working really hard to make every service and every class available remotely. I know that students have worked really hard at the transition as well. There's a lot of stress in everybody's life right now. But that said, I'm just extraordinarily impressed with everything everyone's doing. That said, I do look forward to the day where we can return to normal operations. We can welcome back the thousands of people to campus and resume our regular instruction. We have many plans for some amazing changes to the campus. We have 3 buildings that are in planning or under construction, and we've been removing the old bungalows. So when you do come back to campus, there'll be a constant evolution to the face of the campus. But most importantly, I just look forward to seeing you all and being able to interact with you in person again.
How will high school seniors be able to take summer classes?
High school seniors will be able to take summer classes. In fact, all high school students can participate in our dual enrollment program, as well as for seniors who are graduating, them signing up for regular classes. This is an absolute perfect time to apply for college if you are a high school senior. And please do take a look and apply to the LA Promise program at Valley College. That way we can help ensure that your first 2 years will be free for all students who are taking classes full time. But this is a perfect time to complete the application and get started, especially with the LA Promise program.
Is the Dream Center open and responding to emails?
The Dream Center is offering remote services, just as all the other programs are in student services. And you can access their contact information on the LAVC homepage.
Will pass, no pass disqualify you for a Pell Grant?
Pass, no pass will not disqualify you for a Pell Grant. Your financial aid won't be impacted by any of the actions that you take.
What will happen with classes that cannot be offered fully online?
There were 23 class sections that could not be offered fully online this spring semester out of the close to 1,400. For those 23, there were a variety of requirements mandating face-to-face contact. Some of them were nursing clinical hours, some were EMT classes with ambulance ride-alongs, and a few more. For those classes, we'll continue with the lecture portions offered through remote delivery, and then as soon as we're able to resume to in-person instruction, we'll continue with the clinical portions of the class or the lab portions. That will vary depending on the class. Some of them may be able to restart some of the clinical experiences before the end of the semester. We're currently in conversation with several hospitals about how to resume services, and as soon as it's safe for students to resume to those clinical experiences, we'll certainly want to get students continuing on with their courses so that they can complete. This I know is especially important for 4th semester students that are completing the program.
Is there a deadline to apply or petition for a pass, no pass?
The deadline for petitioning for the pass, no pass option is the same as the withdraw or EW deadline. And that's for most classes at the beginning of May, but it varies from class to class. So check the Student Information System portal and you can get additional information on that. I'll also ask our Vice President of Student Services, Florentino Manzano, to post the deadlines for pass, no pass petitions in the group chat.
How will you continue these town halls or other student outreach once we are back on campus?
That is a great question. I've enjoyed doing these town halls or group chats these last few weeks, and I will continue to offer these when we do resume to in-person classes. We might not have the need to do it, to do these town halls every week. Right now, there's so much that's changing with the pandemic that it's still important to provide weekly updates. But throughout the fall, I'll continue to do these town halls on a monthly basis.
Do high school seniors that are concurrently enrolled still need to get the letter signed from their high school counselors?
All concurrently enrolled students in high school or students that are in dual enrollment programs do need to get the forms signed by their high school as well as their parents. We're right now working with the district and having a fully online process so that students can have those forms completed electronically. Hopefully for the next town hall on Monday, we'll have an update on those forms, but certainly within 2 weeks, we'll have an update on how to complete those forms completely electronically.
Will we get a refund for classes we have to take an EW for?
If you do take an EW, you will receive a refund of your enrollment fees for the course.
Can students selectively choose which of their classes they'll petition for pass, no pass?
Yes, students can choose which class to change the grading option to pass, no pass. You don't have to convert all of your classes to a pass, no pass option. And again, I would encourage you to contact a counselor for more information to make sure you're not negatively impacted, especially if you're going to transfer to a four-year university.
Is construction continuing on campus?
Construction is continuing on campus. We have 3 major construction projects. Our Valley Academic and Cultural Center, that's over 100,000 square foot facility. That's on the north end of campus. That'll house a variety of programs, including performing arts programs. We also have 2 additional construction sites on campus. One is removing the bungalows that were along Burbank Boulevard. Those will be completely removed by June and the site reopened. And then a third construction project we have on campus is with our central plant. For all 3 construction projects, those are continuing while we're in the pandemic.
Are there any volunteer programs through Los Angeles Valley College that are helping during this time of crisis, either that you can volunteer with or that you can apply for help with?
Volunteer programs, that's a great question, and we'll post some information in our FAQ about how you can volunteer in these times. Okay, well, thank you. I think that we've covered most of the questions. There might be a few additional questions that we might have missed. We'll go back and look through the group chat to identify some additional questions that we can post to our FAQ. We'll do our best to get that updated by Wednesday. And again, I want to thank everyone. Know that we are here to support you. You're doing an amazing, terrific job. I applaud you for your resilience and your energy. This will be a defining characteristic of how the current generation, not only how you have been impacted by the pandemic, but how you've responded, how you've refused to give up, and how you've achieved your goals. Keep up the incredible work. Be safe and be well. Thank you.